You are as beautiful as the day I lost you. Hello everybody, welcome back to Adistuff, and welcome to today's video. And as you can see, we are playing something a bit different to what I normally do. Although, you know, I wouldn't say that. I've played Legacy, SCR Legacy on here before. I've played Mini SCR on here before. I just never really have time for like big Let's Play videos, but I made some. And finally, we are here. He has successfully recreated an exact timestamp of SCR in version 1.3. It's like version 1.3.18, I believe. We'll find out anyway. Let's just play. Everything is accurate. Everything. Let's just go into settings here. This is just going to turn down my summer, and you know, even here, these are all the songs. You've got hands down the best, Electric Daisies. But I'm going to keep it on nice summer for obvious reasons. On display, the things are quite similar. I'm going to leave it on medium because that's what it looked like in version 1.4. But if you want that 1.0, 1.1 look, definitely put it towards the bottom. You can even see Teapot Tower over there. I would again like to thank my friend Sviatoslav for, of course, making this game, doing basically everything involving it. One thing I do like about him is just how like on the book he is. I believe the term's orthodox. Like, he uses the SCR wiki as essentially his form of archived. Look, he's here. Hello. And he's just to the book. Anyway, here is the credits, and who's here? We've got the original developers. Most of them you know, but the Hazard and Billy the Pet don't really work for SCR anymore, or anything RTC related, but these people were big back in the day. And who's on the bottom? It's me. Yes, me. This video has been planned for ages. I'm not even gonna lie. Absolute ages. So I, of course, without a question, I think we both know what train I'm driving first. I'm gonna have to just picture this, right? You, like me, like so many others, joined in version 1.3. You spawn a train, and this is the first thing you see. I believe everything to this game is as authentic as can be, so the lighting, the sounds, etc. This is what you see, right? You are a 4 car, 357. No, go ahead, time to go out at this time. And this is the exciting city of Stepford. I may have forgot to mention this, but there is free cab, thankfully. And you know, the scenery is a bit boring between here and High Street and St Helens Bridge, but the old High Street is obviously in this game. But around here, some of you may know that this scenery here carries on to
this train is now approaching Stepford Central.
Okay, so here is the old Stepford Central. It was updated a couple versions later. I much prefer the updated version, partly because Jared did it, but partly because you guys know what I'm talking about, right? It still had the Stepford Mall. Over here you have the Airlink platforms. I believe they were added in 1.1. And this is the old City Hospital. Not sure anyone really misses this. I personally prefer that. Out of City Hospital and Financial Quarter was always like the more iconic station. Did you see those cool animations? One of the things I do love about this game is just how accurate it is. SCR version 1.3, not, you know, normal SCR. Compared to, you know, the other legacy editions we've seen in the past. this is pinpoint on the ball accuracy. And yeah, it's partly because the game owner is actually someone who's played version 1.3. Most people who played SCR Legacy Edition and had high ranks in it were just complete larpers. Oh yeah, acceleration before 2.0 used to be much nicer. I prefer the old one because SCR just needs to stop. In my personal opinion, SCR just needs to stop trying to be realistic. It can be accurate, inspiring to a real network, but let's be fair here, no one's playing SCR in the same way they play British Railway, for example. And at this time, SCR was of course the biggest, the best, not the only train simulator, there was so many others, but it was the biggest and the best. And I feel that is why they thought they could really do anything. They thought they could walk on the ceiling and nothing would go wrong. After Victoria, I'm going to go drive Waterline, I think.
This is a Connect train too.
And you know, while I'm here, why don't we talk about the SCR's Connect map? I've always kind of adored the little zones they had. I always thought it was a really fun,
This train
cute thing they did.
here.
And
All
of
trains,
course,
please.
they don't anymore. Oh, and if anyone asks, my favourite zone is the Leighton one. And you know what? Seeing as this is our first time driving, I'm going to show you another feature Adistuff has recreated. Yep, that is right. On to Waterline. Here we are at Whitney Green Depot. As you can see, I'm driving the 508, which I think people forget about this train because, first off, it's not actually in the game anymore because of the stupid third rail rules. And secondly, this train was actually added alongside the 158 as the first ever interior train, but like literally no one cares about it. Such a shame too. It's actually one of my favourite trains. I mean, maybe not this version. It doesn't really
This
fit
train
well
has
with
three
the Waterline
coaches.
livery, but you know. And this is of course the old Whitney Green, which
This is
lasted until the
Whitney Green.
version 2.3, I think. And over there is Bewley Park, which you could walk through. I remember back in the day it was so cool having like an out-of-station interchange, but because of the way that the map's being developed now, basically every station has an out-of-station interchange. So it's like you can literally walk from Barley to Benton now. You couldn't do that back then.
Welcome aboard this Waterline train too.
And we
Green
are
Slade.
almost at Robinson
The next
Way, the
station
old,
is
the grand,
Green
the
Slade.
beautiful Robinson Way. This was of course back before Tramlink existed. I can't believe how many SCR new gens just don't know, like about old SCR and like old Tramlink and stuff. And going back to SCR Legacy, that doesn't count. That's not real SCR. No one, like 50 people played SCR Legacy who are still around now. But it's genuinely like a handful of
This
people.
train is now approaching.
This had like thousands
Green
playing, and you know, I was one of the
This train
thousands who joined
terminates
SCR
here.
during this period,
All change,
alongside Adistuff and like just so many other players, and I can tell we both have just such nostalgia for this period. But my main nostalgia comes a bit later in version 1.4 and 1.5. To me, that was the true essence, the golden age of SCR. But version 1.3 was peak.
This is
Like as said, this
Green
is when I joined.
Slade.
I joined
This
actually
train
quite close to when this
terminates
update
here.
is set.
All change
This
please.
version, which is version 1.3.18, I believe. I think I joined slightly after because I remember like the 357 being interior and buying my first ever 707. It was the Green Slade Tramlink platforms. Fun fact: the old Green Slade was actually my favourite station. I mean, not the new one.
At Whitney
Oh,
Green,
and
Morgantown Docks,
oh, and
Port Benton.
Adistuff is here.
Benton.
Hello.
West Benton,
He is in the
Farrell
iconic
Road, Eden
best
Key.
paper train,
and
possibly of all time,
Newry.
the 730.
This train has three coaches to Benton. Calling at Whitney Green, Morgantown Docks, Port Benton, and Benton. This train has
There he
three
is,
coaches.
right there. Also going to Newry. Guys, I don't think I'm going to do the full route or even go to Benton. Anyway, we've done Connect. I think we do the 68 now. The Class 68. So, I think it would be a disservice to do anything other than the Edgemead route. Old Edgemead was crazy, insane, but I really liked Old Edgemead. It really felt like the end of the network. 68 is loud. Yeah, the sounds. I think some trains are louder than others. Also, the announcements were getting a bit fuzzy. I've always really I found it interesting the way the announcers is Edgemead, silly AI folklores. And here's the old 68. The new one was added this update, version 1.3. Again, basically, a couple days from now, as of filming, sometime in July, 0.19 released, which like overhauled. It was basically like a mini version 4, version 1.4, and that was very important. So Yaroslav agreed basically film this video by this time, and then over time I might make another video. Or I've even been thinking of doing a live stream. If that's something you guys would like to see, sure. I have been meaning to try and I don't know, I've been doing shorts a lot for a while now, so I've kind of got used to making those alongside videos. And sometimes I think, oh no, I haven't made a new video in a while. But with live streams, I think every YouTuber has wanted to do a live stream at one point, so if you guys want me to, I would be doing one on this game. Yeah, I'm only gonna go to Benton, I reckon, and then we can do Airlink and round it off. And anyway, with Yaroslav, I hope I am pronouncing that right, by the way. Apologies if I'm not. Yaroslav. Oh, here's a fun fact. I kind of consider myself like an SCR tour guide of this specific version. This area here is the only 125 mile speed limit place in the entire game. Quite cool, right? Yeah. Anyway, I don't like the old Layton City, so I'm gonna skip it. It's because it got updated in version 1.4.1, but I hadn't actually been to Layton City by that time, so to me it's like not nostalgic. Such a selfish reason. Oh yeah, it's actually one of my first times driving like a proper SCR paper train. I've played Mind the Gap loads, and like even some more niche stuff. Some of it's paper, some of it's not, all of it's old. But this is really weird to me. I think Yarab might have made this as well, but I can't imagine like Matty making this. Charlie, absolutely not. Here we are at Layton Stepford Road, the GOAT, the best old station. I do find it sad how they killed off Stepford Road, but like, was it 1.8, 1.9? Like, the Layton area needed an update. Even now, the scenery it looks alright when you're driving like this, but in anything other than first person, it just looks so bland. Although the station itself here, this is based off Oxford Road, I love this. I wish they had kept the inspiration for it. Like look how much aura. That's this is the road just. I was kind of lonely, so I've decided to put the 68 back on. Anyway, who wants to see, at the time, my favourite station? I mean, to be fair, Rocket Parade does all right, but not as much. Like, how can anyone hate Rocket Parade? You know, it really is like it's a parade of rockets at the end of the day. By 68. You go up to the platform. Everything about it's just beautiful. If this was a real station, it probably is, Mikey, but if this was actually a real station, I could train spot here for hours. And here is the Vantech Systems headquarters. Oh yeah, if anyone hasn't realised yet, there was no express yet. No express to Stepford Road either. There was like tracks, but most people just assumed it was for scenery.
This train has 5 coaches.
That's quite weird.
Water Newton.
Yeah, I don't think there's any upper Stapler was added. But other than that, I don't think there was really any real change. Angel Pass has less routes for it now. But this, what I call the Stepford main line, from like, I guess it is from Central, but
This is a connect
really
train
the
to
core of it is from like Stepford Bridge onwards. That
station
that
is
idea of the
Hampton
Stepford
Hargate.
main line. Yeah, I didn't really want to mention SCR leaks because I'm like 90% sure they're the people who leaked this map back in 2019. I've got like a little graphic I made for a different video of like what they did. Basically, they leaked SCR's map and the llyn extension and so many models and assets, including the train I am driving right now. I mean, thank you, I guess. I knew you were going to be useful one day because SCR, let's be real here, would never release a game like this, like a legacy version that was official. And if it was, I can guarantee it'd be like 1.10 or something. No one wants to play 1.10. Speaking of which, Yetislav is actually planning to update this game to 1.4. I think winter 2026 he will. So, you know, the game's in the description if you guys want to play it, but
This
it's
train is
16
now
plus.
approaching
I must admit
Hampton
that.
Hargate.
Actually, we have skipped Leighton City, so I think we're allowed to skip Hampton Hargate. I actually quite like Hampton Hargate. I would much prefer to skip Bendon Bridge, but oh, we do skip Bendon Bridge. How nice! Oh, yeah, over there you can see the old express tracks. That's not an anomaly. They did exist at this time. It's just, well, as Sid. Express was basically added in Legacy and then taken out, and versions up to version 1.6 were basically about reclaiming that network. Like version 1.1 was the Morganstown line, and Airlink came back, so everyone was happy. Version 1.2, which was only about 4 months later, by the way, Whitefield and UFC. Oh, and version 1.1 had Edgemead, and Victoria. Version 1.3 was interior trains first, but then Airlink to Leighton, Stepford Road was added.
This
Where
train.
was I am going to go to Airlink. There's timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but
This train has 5 coaches.
This is Benton.
I do want to show you Benton ROC. You have not really any interesting offices, but there is this one here, which actually looks a bit like Michael Jackson's bedroom. I don't know if that's just me. We've also got Charlie's, and
This is a connect
know what
train to
there's that.
Stepford Victoria.
Oh, wait, no, did I miss
The
it?
next station is
There's
Cobson.
nothing in the hazard lights. Yeah, this building's been completely demolished. I think the current version is somewhere near Stepford East, but there's also offices in Central, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. What train should I drive? I wanted to do the 802, or as it was then known, the Penguin train. This was actually in Game Terminal too. I miss Game Terminal. But unfortunately, just not really feeling it today, and I want to show you guys some of the next gen version 1 trains because they're all gone now. So I'm thinking probably the 185. I think the 185 is probably the most iconic on it. Oh, we've just been here, haven't we? Yeah, no, 68. Right, I'll tell you one thing, there are just some areas of this game, this version, that just suck scenery wise. Like, even in first person, I can't please. This is terrible. I And why is Airport Parkway and Airport Central have such tall buildings anyway? It's like these people had never been to an airport before. Really weird and old.
This is Airport Terminal 1.
I never knew it. The building had an entrance. That's genuinely shocking. I never, because right, Terminal 1 was like the only station without proper entrance. Because this is what it looks like inside, and so you would go through here, and it's just I never knew there was a proper welcome to Terminal 1 station and stuff. Only me, the SCR devs, and like a handful of hackers have seen that. Of course, you guys have now, because there was no free cam in real SCR even back then. So yeah, and this is more of a well-known fact that there are like proper buildings above service. That's Terminal 2 there, and Terminal 3 is off map.
Welcome aboard. This is an Airlink service.
I'll tell you, it was definitely Airlink with the best announcements back then. Anyway, let's have a look at the map. What we did. We're currently the yellow, darkest yellow line. So we only stop at the terminal. I've never really understood why Airport Parkway exists. I mean, now I can go back then. Yeah, I think St. Helens Bridge is honestly really underused by Airlink. Airlink's a weird operator. I think the Leighton route really improved things, but obviously